So maybe they had figured that if it got down to these two, that Endpoint would go ahead or Movistar rather would go ahead and choose Vertigo. And perhaps the specific preparation has been done here. We'll see how things go down, though. Endpoint, as we said, would very much like to end things on a high note after struggling throughout the groups.
Not starting off well, though, here with an opening kill from Alex. Getting that first frag in for the Movistar Riders. They do start out on the defense, Endpoint on the offense, and Murbit's body laid to waste as his teammates will have to step over his corpse to try and aggress up towards the A site. So Real's just going to be posted up, hoping that maybe he catches a kill on a player from the B site, going a bit too inquisitive out in that direction. But for now, we can see that most of this Movistar Riders setup is towards this A site. Only one player not in position to defend the A site, and that's Defs, I believe, who's going to be holding towards mid. Endpoint have been able to fight back for one. Crucial gets the kill through onto Alex. The trade secured, but now we're pushing in towards a site. They need to find the damage, and Mighty Max is going to deliver said damage. They're trying to deny the plant over the top of the boxes, but Thomas will shut that one down. No chance for you. Now leaves Defs and some Pyres a 2 versus 4 as Endpoint. A slow approach to this A site has worked out wonders for them. But some Pyres on this USP long range might still get some good shots through. That's a first as he nails the kill. Defs with a second. And now as he push forward, they don't have a kit. Oh, actually, they do. Defs does have a kit to work with. He's trying to find the bomb inside the smoke. Crucial. He needs to try and deny it. They're going for it. But Crucial, instant headshot found. And he's just going to mop them all up. 3 in the round for him as Endpoint secure a first on the board.
Indeed, off the back of a very nice pistol round from Crucial there in the end. 294 ADR. Obviously only after one round. We'll see if he keeps that up for a while. But yeah, it's always fun getting to see those Glocks up close and personal. They can either be absolute beast weapons or just kind of useless sometimes. But it's pretty heavy on the rifles anyway here from Endpoint. They don't want to give much away. Only the couple of SMGs that we were saying even in the last map that we preferred to see. You go in too heavy, there's not really enough to go around for it to make a worthwhile investment really for everyone. And obviously it also ensures the decent amount of nades then around the rifles. But it's the force buy from Movistar, so Endpoint are playing things pretty cautiously. Seeing them have some troubles losing out against Sinners the last day, I think during that as well, a couple of times too, some weaker investments, so they don't want to let anything slip away. It's Movistar who have more to lose though, really.
Yeah, Endpoint are just playing for their own pride at this point in some regards, as Alex does manage one with a deagle, but he'll be quickly traded out and actually traded out for an advantage for this Endpoint side.
Sees the Mopos, nice timing on the swing, actually works out to get the kill on Surreal, has the bait as well then with Davey in the background, and there we go. Mopos with the 3rd kill even being found, just manages to get himself another 2, spray it down. Picks up the AK, and suddenly Crucial's left all alone. Absolutely decimated in the side alley, no longer having control of the bomb either, so Crucial has got to move back around for it, and they pretty much just trade places through the smoke right there. Sorry, he does have the bomb now. Nice little shot on towards the low health player. But as you can see, Dets, I was going to say, still here with full health and the Kevlar behind that deagle. His position, though, being confirmed. So Crucial decides he just wants to go ahead and stick that bomb, gets it down, and now has a very aggressive angle, spots the shoulder of Dets, who's standing just a little bit too close to the wall. It gives his position away, and it allows Endpoint to ensure that they don't let things slip in the end. But it comes down to Crucial having to clutch it out. That is not the position you wanted to be in. But, I mean, big work from Crucial in these opening couple of rounds off of kind of sealing the deal on the pistol for them, and then obviously having to come through now with the clutch.
Yeah, loving life right now. But it does mean that with that clutch, Endpoint don't really build up much economy. You can see they've gone for the 4 MAC-10s to try and remedy that situation. It's Crucial with the only rifle. And it's again the A site that's going to be under threat early on here. Looks like they're trying to go for that boost. I'm not sure what's going on. I think they'll try to boost on top of each other. But now Mighty Max with a MAC-10 of his own. Mighty Mac-10, you could call him. I won't, but you could say it. And he's going to find that opening kill. Nade going deep as well. Should find the finishing blow. And it does, as they're just mopping things up pretty cleanly, pretty efficiently. And 5 players do survive, which is exactly what that Endpoint economy needed. Just a little bit of cash in reserve for you to be able to get those rebuys through if you need to once these guns have come through from the Movistar Riders side.
Seen so many Mac 10s carried in here. 4 of them. Should be fun. Helmets on Mose? No, never mind. Only on 2 of the players, actually. So those Mac 10s are still going to be incredibly useful. See now if perhaps that's going to backfire for Movistar. Obviously needing to pull out the nades, so that's why they sacrificed down in regard to the helmets. And they've gone very aggressive on B, looking for early fights. And already Alex has found himself a couple, including the bomb. I don't know how much he can really afford to stick around and try and actually hold control of it. They've already got a fantastic advantage, and it just gets better and better. Sun Pius catches Mighty Max lurking out mid, leaving just the 2 men now who should at least be able to get the bomb back in their possession. While the smoke is down, that's what's given them the freedom to do so. Do they realize it's just I'm sure they do. It's on the radar, obviously, but they still aren't really taking the bomb for now. The new smoke that goes down anyway still keeps it protected for the moment. But they're just kind of sitting here. I'm not too sure what exactly the plan is. They could be getting flanked out on ramp now for all they know. They are going to start watching for that, realizing that it's a possibility. But Mirbit just gets spammed down around the edge of the smoke. Only Crucial left standing, and while he's already got a couple of nice rounds for himself, the 1-on-5 surely won't be allowed. Even more than a kill or 2 in this, I think, would be giving too much away for Movistar. They need to just hunker down and try and keep, ideally, all 5 standing. I don't think it's too worthwhile for Crucial to save, to be fair. I could give it to Surreal then if he wanted, but not too sure.
I think it is when you only get the $1,400 in. I think because the loss bonus is so low for the Endpoint side, you keep this AK alive alongside the armor and the sort of little bit of utility you've got. Crucial could drop over a couple AKs to teammates, maybe Mirbit and Surreal could do with a rifle each. Then you have Mighty Max probably able to buy. Thomas will be able to buy. It'll be a pretty decent round. Monolith is looking for this, and never mind all of that speculation. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, they can buy anyway, so it's not a big deal. You can see even though he wanted to save the weapon, he was still kind of actively peeking into mid, hoping he'd maybe just catch someone rotating through, which, I mean, someone does in the end. He just unfortunately wasn't really ready for the timing. So it's slightly unfortunate, but obviously fantastic round from Alex coming in, especially those 2 initial entries, and then things just never really got going again for Endpoint with the bomb just kind of lost in the smoke. So it didn't start off too well for them. They do have enough for the full investment to come back in, and again, you've got to remember they had 4 Mac 10s in that previous round, so it's not like it was the complete buy. It was the bonus round approach. Now they've got the up on Crucial, they've got all the rifles and nades, and they have an opportunity to just kind of slap Movistar Riders right back down into a very awkward position once again. They love their B aggression, though.
Yeah, I mean, Defs has got himself into a pretty cheeky position there. I don't know if he'll be tested or not, as Surreal is the guardian for Endpoint. Just make sure that no over-aggression is going to come through and sort of capitalize on a flank towards these Endpoint players over on A. But yeah, Endpoint certainly wanting to hit this A site by looks of things. I've got a bit of a fetish for it, if I do say so myself, as Crucial going to be creeping forward that AWP, wanting to find something to work with for this Crucial, for this Endpoint side. And well, I think Movistar Riders will be hearing a lot of those AKs. I think they'll be realizing there's quite a few players over outside this A site, as it sounds like a war zone there. No, guns being fired off.
And they are going to, with that, start moving forward. Oh, I like this. Alex is getting boosted up above. They actually don't spot him out. Crucial in towards Sandbags, caught off guard through the smoke as well. Mirbit's head gets ripped off, and Alex just keeps on going. He's got himself another 3K to go ahead and put this round firmly in the hold of Movistar Riders, leaving only Mighty Max, and he's not feeling so mighty anymore as he gets munched up by Davy G. I presume he's have those. Mighty Munch, do you have those now? Oh, I think that might be a Tato thing, actually.
We have Monster Munch.
We have Mighty Munch as well, yeah, because I think that's a Tato thing, yeah. We have those too, I've heard of those. I think we'd more so get them in like a multi-pack. There we go. It's looking like we've got a game in our hands at least. The economy's kind of ruined for Endpoint. They could get a couple pistols, but even then, that's left some of the players a little bit low. Mirbit's only got 1600, and I think all he done was pull out that P250. So not ideal. They'll get their loss bonus to bring them up to, well, 2400 anyway off the back of that. So it'll still give them enough to buy, but ideally a bomb plant going down here so that they can get the op, so that they can get some nades behind the investment. But Vertigo's one of those maps where it's really not too easy to get the bomb plant on these ecos.
Yeah, so it should be pretty simple for the Movistar side on that nade. I'm surprised it didn't do more damage, but it tickles a few of those players, and Mopo's just shooting through the smoke. He's getting massive damage, good kills coming through. Finally, Thomas will put him to bed, so at least one kill found, but some players on that AWP probably cleans things up from here on out. At least he gets the first now, just Thomas with that salvaged AK, 28 HP, not even armor to go with it. Timer ticks down, both on the round and on his life. Which is a very grim thought, but some players will put an end to it. Endpoint, they have to make do with 3 for the time being as the Movistar Riders tie things up. And Endpoint actually going to go for the full investment into this next round. Taking that eco in the previous round leaves them at least with enough for this buy, which is going to include a couple of Galeals. They'll sacrifice a bit of the weaponry for those Galeals for the extra utility on those players, which I think is fair enough. In a round like this, you do need to have the utility going forward, and you still have 3 AK-47, so it's not like you're coming into this one with a massively compromised buy. Those Galeals can still work pretty handily, just not as well as the AKs might do.
Alex has been looking good. All the Alexes today, because Alex looked pretty good in the in the match earlier also for the Fnatic buys despite the loss. Frags. And lost it.
Yeah, it's gonna be even full mold for sure, but
it's a slower round right now. Working their way up ramp, so although it is slow, it's still fairly standard Vertigo. The spams come true. Sunpius is actually holding on this up in towards short right now. Mighty Max tries to jump across the angle, hoping to bait it out. And while it doesn't work for him, Sunpius is going to hit that flick. And now the pressure's on a little bit as Mopos continues to aggress, actually, over the edge of the smoke. Good catch on towards Thomas. They are now watching for it, so I was going to say it'd be risky to keep it going. But he comes back in and even manages to find Mirbit before eventually being taken down. Confirms at least one more player's position. I believe they know Crucial's there after doing some damage as well, so they know what's going on right now. But there might still be a few entries and a little bit of fight in Endpoint after all. A good entry from Surreal.
Yeah, it gives a little bit of space to work with, but still, it's a 2 versus 3. Still the man disadvantage, and Davi G is still around here. Actually, all these Movistar Riders players are still around here towards his A site. Surreal wants to try and find more. He had that nice first shot. Well, it's 2 in the round, in fact. It's his first 2 of the game, but as his teammate's going to try and get that bomb planted, Surreal will try and provide cover, but Alex pushes forward. Bomb at least goes down, but not much more than that to come through afterwards. It's Movistar Riders quickly dispatching of the vermin in towards that A site, rather. Getting a little bit tongue-tied there. But Movistar Riders take the lead here. 4 consecutive rounds for them. And I don't know how Mopos was able to find 2 from this position. I think Endpoint just didn't expect him to go for that peak again.
Yeah, and if we're being fair, it can still be kind of hard to see him, even if you're somewhat expecting the repeat to come in. The smoke definitely makes it a bit more complicated, the whole point of it, of course. But yeah, as you mentioned, 4 in a row from Movistar's Endpoint. They've been doing damage pretty consistently, which is a positive, at least onto a few of the players. But there's still enough in that reserve for a buy pretty easily for Movistar, so they're going to have to keep the damage up in this round, and they'll come alive in the next gun round, ideally, to really get things going. Bit of net damage during the opening moments, but not really too much. They will again be able to find a good bit of ground, at least covered over towards the ramp. Movistar this time not really looking to be quite as aggressive. Don't want to give too much away. They know they're against the weaker weapons overall. There is obviously the 1 rifle for Surreal, and it's actually Mighty Max on the Tech 9. Long range takes out Alex. The M4 up close on short is still ready though for Mopos. They don't expect the catch is crucial. The back then of Mirbit exposed makes it an easy second frag. And while he can't do anything about actually denying that bomb plant, they do now have a 3-on-1, leaving only Surreal, and he's flanked out by Davy G. So there it is, the 5th round for Movistar. They lose a couple players, but again, Endpoint put a lot of investment into that, so that's fine for Movistar. Endpoint can be pretty happy though as well. I mean, the 2 kills in a bomb plant makes it worthwhile.
Yeah, You can see the amount of cash they have to work with here. They'll get Crucial on that AWP. Has he been able to field that weapon yet? I don't think he has. I think this is the first time they're bringing out the AWP for Crucial. So we'll see if he can get himself rolling once again on that. He had that strong 7-0 start, but now 5 rounds in a row without success for Crucial. He'll be hoping this AWP can turn the tides a little bit in this game now for him and his team. It's down by 2. Certainly damage was done both ways, and some bias misses the chance. Luckily, Davy G is there to at least trade out, so it's a 1-for-1 over towards mid. Mopos is going to try and go aggressive over towards this A ramp, looking for the opening frag in this direction of the map. That Nate trying to just divert attention a little bit, and again, 1-for-1 trades. Mighty Max this time the one to refrag a teammate, but it's Defs in towards mid that's going to really extend out an advantage now for the Movistar Riders, as it's just Max and Surreal 2 on 3. They need to try and get themselves forward somewhere. A minute 10 to work with, so at least there's time for them, Dean.
And that is a positive. Max making his way back up to Giant alongside Surreal, of course, and, well, they're going to work in through middle. Fortunately, though, Davy's already holding for this, and there's a player there in the back of B as well that'll be ready pretty quickly. There's the chance at least for him to get the drop potentially on Davy, but no, he's ready. Posted up from behind the sandbags, gets the one at least before going down, and just kind of keeps the advantage for now in their favor. And, well, Max is actually going to come back into the angle there as Dets creeps around, so he's not going to have too much trouble. Oh, he forgot the bomb. Yeah, that was a bit of an issue. It was still back at the box. I didn't quite realize. I seen it afterwards there. So they had unfortunately left it on the corner. Didn't pick it up. Must have presumed he did on it as he started moving forward. And missed it by a small bit. 6-3. Movistar get themselves another round. It's a very, very close one. So again, damage has been done relatively consistently. The economy, although it's building up a little bit for Movistar, it's by no means getting out of control considering it's been 6 rounds in a row. But eventually that stops mattering. Endpoint just need to start winning some rounds.
Yeah, rounds are important right now, especially when you did something that's very uncharacteristic for the Endpoint side in the sense of winning out the pistol and the conversions. 1 in a million chance for Endpoint, and they do it. And now they're not able to find any of the gun rounds right now. As Movistar 6 in a row for them, but Endpoint looking to try and find a little bit of space with one of the 2 AK-47s they have equipped in this round. Boosting up Mighty Max onto the opposite side of that sort of plaster wall, I guess, the wooden plank. He's able to push a little bit further as well forward. I don't know if Davy is going to expect this one, but look at the amount of presence that the Movistar Riders have towards B right now. There's Defs, there's I think Alex as well with an M4 further back, ready to support. So there's so much presence for the Movistar Riders over on the B site, but Endpoint are just trying to create a little bit of presence towards A, at least try and divert attention in some regard, but Movistar Riders just aren't going to push. Now Mighty Max starts to push forward. He just has his head clipped off by Def, so an early frag found. Now some Pius with the AWP is going to be holding towards mid, not going to miss that shot, and as the real push comes through for the Endpoint side, they need to find the kills, but they still haven't spotted out Davy G towards the back of sight by the pillar, and he's just going to start picking off them one by one as his teammates actually do most of the heavy lifting. But it's a 7th on the board down. That sort of half buy investment for Endpoint, not really finding all too much. Just a single kill, I think, found there.
Yeah, it's starting to look a bit dire for Endpoint, and they realize that. Pause being called in. They'll have a bit of a chat before they come back onto their guns now, but it is a position, unfortunately, where they're going to need at least a couple in a row to really break their way back into this game and get through that economy that's built up for Movi now. Again, a solid performance from Mopos. Alex has looked good. Sun Pius has had a few decent moments as well. It seems like the players you need for Movistar are all coming together. And it's just not a good sign for Endpoint, really.
No. Obviously, Maybit came in as a last minute, almost a last second substitution for the Endpoint side. Flew on over from Germany, I believe.
Yeah, well, it only became legal in the rules for them to use a stand-in literally last second. So.
Yeah, I think it was like the day before. So I think he met up with the rest of the Endpoint guys, I think on the day of the first game. Really not much you can do in that regard in terms of getting to know each other, no team bonding exercises, no trust falls, I don't think.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Perhaps they knew each other before. But either way, not being able to fit him into the team, of course, that definitely wasn't an option. The T side of Vertigo is not an easy one to make work with it, without all five being aware of their roles as well. Obviously trying to do their best to fill the gaps. And, well, look at this from Mopos. That's your teammate, bro. Chill. Good job getting the first kill, though. Alex also actually found success on his peak. And, well, a very quick 5-on-3 being snatched up by Movistar. Crucial, not really able to do much. Okay, he might have had a chance for the trade, but no. Timing there just as he unscopes, the player crosses over. No need for a repeat to come in here. It really looks like Movistar are attempting to continue to do so. He actually puts down the smoke before setting himself up. I believe this is a bit of a one-way. Could still give the opportunity back over, though, here towards Thomas. Indeed, spots his teammate, actually. So Alex still gets away with the kill. Instead, it's Mopos who falls. Oh, I don't like this.
It doesn't really benefit Endpoint, though. Because you're still down. Yeah, Alex. Oh, was a simple kill in the end, sort of. made it a little bit more strenuous there, as Crucial is able to at least trade out. But with 4 HP, 20 seconds on the clock, he's going to try and back away. But the USP for some Pyres, with him so low on HP, is enough with a single bullet to finish him off. And now that's 8 in a row for this Movistar Riders side. And things just can't get going for the Endpoint side here. They're trying, but they're just being beat down at every turn.
Yeah, it was a bit awkward. That probably would have been the Deagle kill onto Crucial as well if it was still the old one. The bit less needed to the body. But obviously it was a wild play. It probably wasn't necessary again, since they already had a really good advantage, but it was a good call in the end that worked out. Didn't expect it at all that he'd push forward around his own smoke in behind the rafter. Obviously completely caught them off guard. Nice punish by Mighty Max though. Mopos is going to go a little bit too aggressive now. Sometimes the confidence can have you doing some things that normally you wouldn't otherwise, and it's, well, given an M4 over now. Endpoint have a rifle that they did not start the round with, and they've still got a few nades as well behind this, so we'll see exactly what the plan's going to be. But for now, they've still 1 minute and 20 seconds, so they don't really need to rush into committing to a bomb site. They can hold off, and Movistar being in the 4-on-5 might even look to aggress themselves to see what they can pull back. So there's a chance maybe to punish, and it's Davey G from behind. Are they watching for this? They are, but it's not the initial player. Surreal gets spotted out before the man who's watching actually is able to get any vision. So he's not able to help out, unfortunately, and Davey just drops the smoke to keep them locked in.
Problem is, Endpoint have been playing pretty sort of slow in a lot of these rounds, but Movistar Riders, they're not really going all too aggressive. Apart from that first kill found by Mighty Max, they've not had success in punishing anything. So for Endpoint, it might be time to try and switch things up, maybe go for something a little bit more aggressive as Crucial tries to push forward. But with the bomb, with just a pistol, there's not much he can do. Mighty Max is still trying to find damage, getting kills through, but 2 is just not going to be enough. You can see the economy for the Movistar Riders, for most of these players, is out of control. It's out of control. It's completely... It's going to... I don't think Movistar Riders are going to run out of cash until the end of this. Well, until the next half, rather. Because I think they can buy for the rest of these rounds now. The 3 in a row, not going to be a problem, I don't think.
No, shouldn't really be when you've got those players, a couple of them around 10,000. In the case of Mopos and Deaths and Davey G, they could run out a little bit quicker, so maybe going into the final round of the half after drops and such come in, they could be lacking, but obviously that involves Endpoint needing these next 2 anyway in a row, so we'll see when we get there. First, if they can get to that position. Well, it looks like we're going to be seeing a pretty standard Vertigo default. You can't do anything too crazy to... Could have went maybe for a bit of a quicker play or something, but they don't want to do anything too crazy anyway. They'll have to wait out the nades from the CTs before they can move forward for the ramp control as they normally would. And I like this, a little bit of a boost over on B. No, not quite landing. Surreal. It was a nice attempt. There was only really a millisecond or so where that head was within his crosshair. We needed some serious reactions. By some close encounters up to now anyway. No kills have actually come true. Mopos, though, he wants to go above the sandbag, somehow hangs on, but that won't last too long. He gets spammed up eventually. A man advantage for Endpoint, one of the better positions they've found for themselves, but they don't have a ton of time, only 45 seconds to now actually move off the back of it.
Oh, look at Deaths, though. He's looking to go aggressive towards B. The timing. Oh, Surreal just find the kill. I thought for maybe a second a few shots were missed, and maybe that gave Defs a bit of a chance there. But luckily for the Endpoint side, looks like a fourth is on the cards here. 3v5 retake. The Movistar Riders want to go for it though. Or do they want to try and keep these weapons alive? Because it's looking like they're going to choose the latter. They don't fancy themselves a 3v5 retake, which I think is interesting. They're just going to try and punish as much of the economy as they can. Davy will be able to recover an AK. But Endpoint will just be happy to finally get a gun round on the board.
Yeah, and a clean one as well, which is always important to make sure that you won't be struggling then to chain the rounds together. Well, they could still struggle, but at least they won't be struggling to get the buyout to do it. They'll just have to drop on the Mighty Max. You could even buy for himself, actually, I believe. Yeah, you already had a decent amount on top of the money they get, obviously, for winning out the round. Could be dropped just to keep the money a bit more equal, but I don't really think that'll be the case. Yeah, they just buys for himself either way. 2 more rounds, get it back to 6. It's not the T-side you would have wanted, really, coming into the game, but it would still be a half they could work with, honestly, and could potentially still manage to salvage into a decent position. Oh, and yeah, never mind, actually. That economy there from Movistar is never really going to run out. Opuz will spend probably the last of his money here, or at least most of it. Definitely they should be dropping him an M4. And yeah, oh, AUG, that works, I suppose, as well. I said M4, just meant whatever rifle of his choice, I suppose.
Rifle, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we've 2 rounds left to play. You're not going to be worried about Movistar in that next round. Whatever happens here, Alex will be able to drop over to Mopoz. Def should have enough cash by the end of with the loss bonus coming in as well. So yeah, it'll be easy. Some players could probably even drop to Defs if needed as well. But for now, Endpoint looking at maybe they can secure 5 rounds, maybe 6 from this half if they can keep a little bit going here. I mean, obviously, I wanted to save a little bit of momentum going here, but not really got any momentum. Just a single round secured in terms of gun rounds so far in this half, and it's been Movistar really the ones to make most of the punches land here. They've been getting the punches in, and Endpoint just haven't been able to respond. But now a chance is nice little one-way for Mopoz to use there potentially. He looks for something to work with. Crucial tries a shot through the smoke as a few traders with by him, but unfortunately not going to connect anything. That's Davy G. You want to spam through? Yes, he does, and he gets good timing actually. Catches Crucial down to 30 HP. Good early damage done, but not enough for a kill so far.
Yeah, I was going to say, but on top of it, well, technically they do have enough damage done for a kill. It's just not all on one person, just to be really pedantic there. But good entries from the AUG being found, though, as they push up on the ramp. And, well, you've still got Crucial, who's pretty low health, as you said, after the spam, and then Surreal, who's on towards 22 now as well, after being dinked up a little bit, and Davey just charges through the smoke. Why the hell not? The timing, that doesn't work in his favor. But his teammates have still got the 3-on-1, so there shouldn't be too much hope for Mirbit in this clutch now. The bomb down already in on the bomb site, rather, so he's definitely got to move forward. But as you can see at the moment, they're just not bothering with the peak. They know he comes in, he gets that bomb, and then just doesn't really have much time to play off of it. He likely just has to go ahead and actually stick it. He did have a molly, though, so that might give him a bit of room to potentially plant. No, they smoke and just flash over. They didn't even push off of it. Now they realize this has to be the stick, or else he's done for, and there you go. Good damage before he even finishes the plant. The kill then to come in afterwards, and although it will give them a bit of extra money to help out the buy here in the final round of the half, it is still a 10th going the way, of course, of Movistar. So they're going to be feeling absolutely fantastic now as they reach double digits, and 11 is definitely still doable as well. Flew there.
From Mopoz, though.
It's always fun seeing the CSGO ragdolls just mess up every now and again.
Yeah. I think actually when on that recent update, something got messed up. I think momentarily for like a day, where ragdolls were just flying left, right, and center after being shot. It was kind of crazy. Saw a few clips.
Just love ragdolls in games in general are great. GTA 4 ragdolls, they were fantastic.
Oh yeah, for sure.
throw yourself off a swing set. Sun Pius, though, he finds himself an opening kill on Thomas. Not a good start here for Endpoint, not a good look. Mirbit, though, that is fantastic timing. Actually gets the trade onto Sun Pius, waited it out rather than just immediately trying to fight for the trade.
Yeah, and it works out well. He's even be able to creep forward. Might find Moppos here. Huge frag coming through from him. And the third as well. He anticipates damage. He gets Endpoint a massive amount of space. It's still only enough for a 3-on-2. Max! Oh, making it a little bit awkward there. Just wanted to tease us. There's now Defs creeping forwards. Does actually spot him at the corner of his screen to find Mirbit, but it's a 2 against 1. Defs would have to go huge here to try and close out an 11th for the Movistar Riders. I think for Endpoint 5 on the board, it's at least averting disaster in the first half. I guess that the pistol round obviously makes things a lot easier for them in terms of the scoreline, but only 2 gun rounds picked up here as long as they do actually close out this gun round. As Defs has found the first. Takes down Mighty Max, and now it's only Crucial alone, 1 versus 1. And no smoke for the bomb for Defs, but he does have a kit. Baits out the peak, but Crucial hits it instantly. So it is at least a 5th on the board for the Endpoint side. It wasn't easy, but we will head to a short break here, and we'll see if they can bounce back in that second half. Welcome back. Second half is about to get going here between Endpoint and Movistar Riders, and it was a difficult first half for the UK side as they struggled to get anything going really with the guns. I think it was what 9 in a row, 8 in a row at least for the Movistar Riders once the pistol and the conversions had concluded for the Endpoint side. But now they look to try and get something going on their CT side, while Movistar Riders will take the offense as their starting point for the second half. Not that they have much choice in the matter, but they get a little bit of utility through. Couple flashbangs, couple smokes, Molly as well, but it's Mighty Max who opens things up with an early kill onto Mopos.
Yeah, not a bad find. Definitely going to help them out. And as you said, around that Endpoint, obviously do need to win for themselves here. Worth noting, Mighty Max currently leading the scoreboard in the fragging department anyway for Endpoint. Be hard to be doing it on the server overall, but he's not that far off either. Movistar do still seem to be pretty much set in stone about this A commitment happening. They've got some nades, they've got the smokes to put down, some flashes as well, and Molly to take them off the headshot angles. But Thomas through the smoke actually finds himself the spam. AVG's head is gone. They should be able to find the bomb forward onto the site itself, but I don't know about planting it. It looks like the CTs were considering maybe a bit of an aggressive push. That dink through the smoke, I think, makes them reconsider for a moment instead. They're just going to let it fade away. They know they still have some players caught up close on the bomb site. And well, so far making it look flawless on the retake. Not a single casualty to be suffered, as there's plenty of time for that defuse to come in. Mirbit actually snatches it up. You can see Mighty Max was ready for it. He's like, I've got the kit, bro. Mirbit's like, yeah, I don't care. I don't care. Lots of time. I want that defuse. Screw you.
Yeah. Yeah, give me the MVP for the round. Yeah.
Exactly. You only need one kill and a defuse, and you get the MVP. Even if your other teammate maybe got 4 kills, it doesn't matter. As long as you get a defuse and 1, it's yours. Exactly how it works. It is a bit silly.
Yeah, it's crazy. But for Endpoint, winning both pistol rounds and possibly both conversions here, depending on how things go against the fourth buy from the Movistar Riders here. And only having, what, like 8 rounds on the board, it would be? Not going to be too good of a look. They need to try and get those gun rounds in early on in that second half, or in this second half, so they don't sort of fall foul to the same sort of situation they had after the first half pistol round, because everything just sort of catapulted the wrong way for them. And there is a couple Tech 9s, the Mac 10 for Mopos, and a couple Galeals for the Riders to work with here. But they'll attempt to find an opening. Mighty Mac could potentially catch Davy G here, depending on the angle. He does actually spot him through the floor, I guess, there. So, as in the grating. I'm assuming there was a little bit of the player he could spot as he spans through in the end and gets the kill. So, a nice little opening for Endpoint. Alleviates a bit of that pressure. That was one of the Galeals going down as well, so one of the rifles that was purchased up for this round hits the deck. I imagine Movistar will probably try and recover that as they push in towards the A site now.
Yeah, that'll be the goal. Mirbit, though, just playing the jump peak, should be able to get pretty early info as they start moving forward. Could suffer, I was going to say, some issue with the Galil, but no, he's going to spot them, I believe, and they'll just move back towards the sandbags. Will this be expected? They actually do have 2 Molotovs to flush the position out, so indeed they throw one in. Still going to be able to swing wide, though, as his teammate gets called in for the assistance, but he ends up running out of bullets. Mighty Max got caught in the open reload, and Mirbit wasn't actually able to get much done. And although it does look like it's going to be still the round win here for Endpoint, they end up losing a couple of players, so a small positive at least to be found for Movistar. It is still, though, 3 to survive for Endpoint, so I don't think they're going to be incredibly worried about it, especially since now they're up against an eco, so they can try and keep 4 or 5 standing, and they even have the MP9 there on Mirbit to try and build up some economy. And there's a pause, actually, from Movistar. Okay. They don't have the buy here. They're going to be going onto an eco, so I didn't expect it to come out quite yet. But maybe they want to chat about what exactly they're going to do here on this as well. Maybe a small bit of investment comes in. They could even then call another before the next gun round, perhaps to build on whatever sort of plan they might be even discussing now for going into it. Yeah, just some digs so far. Only the 1 even.
Yeah, I don't think you don't want to invest all too much because, as you said, it should be a pretty simple round for the Endpoint side here to pick up. Otherwise, you completely trash that Movistar economy if you try and fully invest in it. You just end up giving Endpoint a much sort of quicker run into this game. And Thomas just going to quickly get that opening kill. Nice first frag towards mid. Mirbit does get 1 before Alex's deagle. delivers him the repercussions. But all in all, pretty simple here for the Endpoint side. Alex, the last man alive. Crucial's looking for it. Crucial will get it. Couple of kills for him in this round as Endpoint find an 8th. Dealing pretty nicely, cleanly with that low buy round for the Movistar Riders, and now we'll have the guns out. But Sumpires will bring that up very quickly. Crucial will bring his out as well. So we'll have a bit of a duel in that regard, but the Movistar Riders still having that 2-round lead. Still have a little bit of leeway if things don't immediately go their way, but they've kept plenty of cash in reserve for this buy. You can see it's the 4 AKs as well. Plenty of utility to go with it, so they've got everything they need to make this one work.
Yeah, and now that they have everything that they need to make it work, they just need to make it work. Otherwise, they're going to be in a lot of trouble. Sun Pius, though, he's already got himself an opening. A little bit of a gap in that smoke there, catches the aggression coming in around short, only gets the kill on Mirbit, but Thomas has been tagged up incredibly heavy as well, so it's just not a good start once again for Endpoint. The majority of the advantages seem to be put in favor of Movistar early on, and Endpoint a few times now have been left kind of fighting in from behind. Never the spot you want to be in. Smoke on towards the stairs there on B as well to stop anyone from peeking forward, but we've seen this before. The boost instead just comes in. See what can be done now. Won't actually peek in B at all. They've completely abandoned that, I believe. So this might just work out in their favor right now. The bomb is moving over towards B here, so the bomb site being completely open, they might even have a shot at getting themselves the bomb immediately down. This is a bit of a weird one from Endpoint. They do have kits to work with, but look at Davy G's positioning on mid. Did they just want to save? Looks like it.
Yeah, it seems like they're just going for the save here. Not really much that seems to be coming from this for the Endpoint side. They'll concede 11, so the deficit will open back up a little bit, but they'll maintain these weapons, because if you start pushing these players in towards the B side and trying to find the kills around, you're going to leave yourself in a very difficult position with Crucial, low on cash, Mirbit, and Mighty Max as well. Probably not going to be able to get too much of a great buy through. You're better off just saving all these 4 weapons and keeping a pretty strong economy in terms of being able to drop over towards Mirbit in this next round, having that full buy. Yeah, you'll still have FAMAS. You still have the FAMAS for Mighty Max, but that's not too bad. It's still a solid rifle. You get the full utility around it, and they'll drop the M4 to Mirbit, and obviously with that AWP still, there's opportunity. Try and tie or try and close things back up here with the first or the second gun round rather. But Sumpires and the crew for that Movistar Riders side obviously have a lot to work with as well. They keep 4 players alive, or 5 players alive actually, from that previous round, and they're just happy to walk away with another round, get that winning streak going early on here on the second half as well, just like they did on the first half. Almost a mirror image in some regards, with the Endpoint side able to pick up the pistol on the conversions and immediately dropping the first gun round. But let's see if Endpoint can maybe avoid reproducing history here, because definitely want to find a 9th here and deny Movistar what was it, like 8 or 9 rounds in a row. You don't have the space to be doing that here.
No doubt, yeah. Oh, definitely don't know. It can't be as one-sided as it went in that previous half, as you said, off the back of losing the initial gun round. Ideally, they want to return it right now. If they do, then the economy of the T's actually won't be all that perfect. You'd still see them buying, but it'd be a chance for Endpoint to start getting a few rounds back. If they dealt with that, the force up then in the next round as well, especially. See that gap in the score very quickly closing in. But for now, anyway, the default just remains in place for Movistar. They've got most of the players down towards the bottom of ramp, though, so it does seem like they'll probably eventually favor on towards A. Where's Mighty Mac joining up with his teammate? Nice little swap at a flash so he can toss it in. Mirbit's like, I got this peek, you take the flash instead. And well, has he been spotted? I'm not too sure. His shoulder might have been seen there just before the flash even went off. It may have given some warning away. And well, it's going to be Mighty Max instead who actually finds the first blood, but he's not able to stay alive. So now there's the 4-on-4. It's going to be a very quick push coming in, and it needs to be, because there's not much time on that clock. Mopo's crucial entry onto Mirbit. Molly forces Crucial back as well into a position where I don't think he'll be able to do much about denying the bomb plant, but well, the Molly may have done it anyway. There's only 8 seconds. They need to be fast. Thomas spamming through gets himself 1. That bomb just about looking like it's going to be put down, but the spam from Dets, good for 2. What is going on? It's falling apart. Surreal's all alone. As I said, they concede the bomb plant. He just about allows Alex to escape, only bringing him down to 2 health. But he's also got to deal with the man in on sandbags. This has been a crazy chaotic round, and it's a must-win really for Endpoint, or their economy is going to be in the gutter. And well, they weren't baited in by that at all. Surreal tapped it and faked it out. He goes for the reload as he taps the bomb again, which is a bit of an interesting one, as they do obviously hear that at that point. It's 12-8.
Not sure if it was the X-ray or just Surreal missing it, but he actually saw the backpack, you know, like the T-sided backpack on the model. He saw that sticking out a little bit over on the sandbags when he was sort of creeping up over the top of the site. So that information probably would have been nice to know. Would have known where to look in that post-plant situation, but unfortunately for him, doesn't notice it or doesn't see it. In fact, maybe it was just X-ray leading me on, but dually for Thomas, not going to find anything. Oh, sorry, for Crucial, actually, that was it. Yeah. I'm just so used to seeing Thomas with dual Berets at this point.
Fair. He's rocking the CZ for now. Good with the one gun, just wants the higher rate of fire. Oh, AVG, free kill. Not really much to that when he just peeks in and catches Surreal, who was focused on the ramp. Probably thought his teammate from default was watching the side alley push as well, or else just probably more likely presumed that they wouldn't be coming quite as quickly as they did. And well, despite it being a 5-on-2, Movistar aren't really in that much of a rush. They know that things could still get a little bit cautious, or they need to be a little bit cautious, because things could get still dangerous if they push in against these pistols, especially if they walk into a stack with both of the players. So they were trying to find out exactly where they're all positioned at, and well, it seems to just continue working in their favor. The longer ranged AK duels keep being won out, and now it's only Mighty Max Deagle in his hands. And well, with the nerfed body damage up against 5, you're not really going to have that great of a time. You need to be hitting some mad headshots only. 5 rounds though in the difference, Dan. This is really the last attempt on a full gun round for Endpoint. If this goes wrong, they can see the 15th and then have to play for the overtime.
Yeah, that's not enjoyable, I'll say that. That is what you want to avoid right now if you're the Endpoint sex side, is Movistar Riders 13 just so close to doing their best bet or their best job to finding a playoff spot here. I think as well, if Movistar Riders win, it makes it, I think, very, very difficult for Sinners to get playoff, if impossible. So I'm having a look at the scores. I think Astralis are winning 15-6 against the Sinners. Heroic have also just closed down against Complexity 16-5. So yeah, for the Movistar Riders side, a win here would really would lock in. Actually, would it? No, a win here wouldn't actually. Yeah, a win here would put them in a tie break with Heroic and Sinners for 2nd to 4th place.
Get more tiebreakers. Always exciting. Yeah. I don't know if the ones from the other group have played out or not.
I did see them briefly going on. I think Big versus Mousesports one is about to start soon, but I think Mousesports beat FPX in the first tiebreaker there. But either way, back into things on these Vertigo map as Surreal can't find anything around the edge of the smoke. It's just absolute carnage. The only kill that's come onto these Movistar Riders players was from Tavi G with a team kill on the HE, but finally a little bit of space being found, but it's just too little too late with Mirbit alone. A 1 versus 3, Thamas in hand, and he can't quite get the shots through onto Defs as it's 14 now for the Riders. They are just closing it down round by round again. Endpoint just can't get these gun rounds going. They're good at pistols apparently in this map, but just nothing else right now.
Yeah, I mean, when you have the pistols, you don't feel the same pressure. You'll take a lot more gambles than you would otherwise. Sometimes you go a little bit more aggressive, try crazier things in general. So I think that's why maybe sometimes you end up getting more kills just by catching some players perhaps off guard. Overall, though, as you said, the gun rounds have not been very effective for them. It's allowed for a pretty decent economy to start building up now as well for Movistar over these past couple of rounds. Excuse me. Nice shot by Sun Pius, though. As that was an ambitious peak from Surreal, as I said. Willing to take risks that they definitely wouldn't be taking otherwise. As Movistar definitely, anyway, should be on track towards that 15. And then it's going to be 7 attempts in a row then for Endpoint that they need to take in order to actually send it into the overtime. Good molly. Player will escape. They didn't have anyone ready to try and take him out, unfortunately. Didn't want to peek early in case there's anyone back on the bomb site as well. But here we go. Molly's in. They bombard the whole bomb site pretty much, other than the up close position that Crucial was actually in. But even then, a pretty much perfect flash goes over and takes him out of action, forcing Thomas back off at a bomb site as well. And all but confirming the 15th round for Movistar. There's going to be, as we said, one more full gun round here for Endpoint. That's if they lose it. If they can win it, then potentially 7 more to go before they get the overtime.
It's a long road. A windy road too. Gonna have to be going like super quick on these country lanes to try and pull yourself back into this game, but yeah, Endpoint, they've just conceded around. They're just trying to see if they can catch any players escaping from this site. Max does deagle one. He'll go down to the T side, and actually maybe finding one as well with a 5-7. It's a couple kills found, but I mean, at this point, does it matter when you've got Alex at $10,000? The rest of the team looking pretty swell as well with the cash. I don't think Movistar are going to be too worried about losing a couple there. As Endpoint, they'll go for this full investment Crucial on the AWP. Do you remember when he was started out, it was 7-0 for him? Yeah, how times have changed for Crucial in this one. He's been able to find 7 kills since then.
It's neutral
really,
now.
Yeah. You're not going to go forward if you're in neutral.
True. I like that one. Although, looks like they're picking things up a little bit now anyway. Surreal has been able to at least find an opening. That Molly comes right behind the smoke, so it's not going to be blooming. Not much to be done. Davey G still giving his room to move around here if he wants in towards the scaffolding. And well, we'll see if he gets a chance to really do anything with it, because no, Mirbit just spams through the smoke. So there you go. Going to be at least a 5-on-3 here into the first of, as we said, 7 rounds that Endpoint need to take for themselves to get this towards an overtime. But it'll be a start. Ideally, though, don't want to be dropping anyone right now. If they can keep all 5 standing just to ensure that all the nades, etc., are reinvested into that would be ideal. Surreal's on a pretty aggressive angle. This could be dangerous. Indeed, gets double peaked. Drops straight out of the angle, though. Drops the smoke down on the stairs as well, just to block their vision as they start moving forward and to make things a little bit easier for himself. And also, I believe that is Thomas on the bomb site with him.
So they have every chance of holding back this offense with 40 seconds on the clock. They'll boost Alex up. They'll be in a slightly different position to the main assault here, but the Molotovs makes things a little bit more difficult. 30 seconds now. Thomas still in the site to support his teammate Surreal, who's low on HP. Luckily for Surreal, he hasn't been mollied out or anything. He's going to be sat towards the back of the site. It's Thomas who actually takes first contact. Surreal can't find anything, but it's only deaths remaining. A 1 versus 4. Endpoint will stay alive a little bit longer, as they do pick up a 9th. So, fair enough. A little bit of life still in these weary legs for the Endpoint side. And they keep a decent amount of players alive as well. But with Movistar Riders having plenty of cash to reinvest, they will do exactly that. The 4 AKs, some pies with an AWP, exactly what you need.
Early B control again, looking to be the goal here. It's actually Surreal who just goes up onto the wooden plank and gets his head, well, completely destroyed. Skull caved in. Good work. It's good work from Alex. Yeah, as you said, it just kind of rolls down. He was like, ooh. Thank you. And, well, thank you from Sun Pius as well. I was more so speaking from the perspective of the man who got the free nade a couple of seconds back, but it kind of lines up there for Sun Pius's gift of the kill as well around the edge of the smoke. So it's not looking good. Endpoint felt the pressure after losing Surreal on towards B. Now they've got lost Mighty Max, the shoulders spotted as well of Thomas. It's not going to be quite the finish, and oh, he dies from the fall. He'll be moping off of that one.
Yeah, enough damage done. Mopos can't quite escape with his life, so it's actually into a 3-on-3 with Crucial finding a kill elsewhere. Some Pius, Alex, Davy G now need to try and recollect this round and get themselves in towards one of these sites, but Mirbit over towards A could prove to be a bit of a nuisance because that's where the bomb's heading over. Crucial's going to move over to support as well. The flashbang comes through and a nice little peek from Mirbit. Does secure a first on this A site defense. Maybe more to be found. Some Pius is in towards the sandbags though. 30 seconds to play with. He's really hoping he can get an opening pick to get in towards this site with this last ditch effort. Alex is just going to creep forward though. Baits the bomb plant, but that Molotov going down is going to make life very difficult for him. It's going to limit the positions he can plant from. And with 10 seconds now, smoke faded. Bomb site very, very exposed. He's just going to be taking the fights. Does find one, some pies with another, but 1v1 is going to go aggressive. Oh, the no-scope, it could have landed. Second chance not hitting either. Oh, Crucial finally takes him down after time. So no extra cash coming through for some buyers. Might actually hurt this next buy a little bit. I'm interested to see whether they go for it here. Some buyers has the 4.3k, but the rest of his team not really in a great purchasing position. We get to watch him create himself there, but yeah, some buyers had 2 chances there to try and find Crucial. Couldn't quite do it. The knife coming out as well. That was desperation, but Alex has found an opening pick already, straight into the next round. Thomas was waiting for the flashbang to come through, and his back was turned to those aggressors. And Mirbit's actually running with a P90 this round, Ian.
Not a weapon you see being pulled out very often. It'd be pretty useful against these weaker weapons as well, especially since they've already gone ahead and lost a player. Lining them up there, Surreal actually able to do a pretty good job getting the kill and some pretty decent damage on top of it. Won't help out Crucial too much though, considering he's on the up. He just needs to land those shots either way, and he's gotten one, but now that P90 coming in from behind, it should be too much for the players to handle. They're pinned in on the bomb site, making this after plant incredibly difficult with players moving in from both sides. The P90 range just sprays away. Mighty Max steals it though, so we don't actually see a P90 kill. That's very rude. But he already has the one, but I wanted more. Anyway, Sun Pius, how did they not clear out the back of the bomb site? How did they not expect him to be here? Somehow thinking he'd be on some sort of a flank at this stage. Gets wallbanged down, but he's managing to hang on for now. Drops the pistol and eventually himself is dropped. 11 for Endpoint, but Jesus, lads, you're keeping me on the edge. And you see here.
They're really not making it easy for themselves. I'll give them that. They want to put on a show, and now just sit 4 behind as Movistar Riders 15. Do they force OT here? That would be something. I highly doubt it, just the way these rounds are going. I'm surprised we don't see Mirbit on a P90 again. I think that's a pretty fun weapon. But he'll just stick with the M4A1S for now. And yeah, we've seen a lot of the A1Ss now that the buff came through. A lot of players loving it. I think it was either the Simple was wanting his team to save A1Ss on the T side so he could use it.
Yeah, I think I've seen a clip of him like cheering after it was done successfully. 1 for 1 here early stages. Bad actually for Movistar. Bit of damage though done on Mopo, so Endpoint in theory could be pretty happy with it as well, but oh, that was close. Honestly, Surreal pretty lucky to get away from that one. Well, that's a very slow round.
Oh, that molly. Is that going to make life difficult for David? Nah, he can just back away. He's fine. It does force him a little bit further back, but he's perfectly capable of avoiding the gaze of Crucial for now. He's on a much shallower angle that can't see that deep in towards the corner, Crucial, so he'll have to just bide his time for now. But creeping up, Davy G, does he get spotted here by Crucial on the AWP? He gets more than spotted, picked off, plucked off, and now it's Movistar Riders in the man deficit. Crucial's looking for more, but an over a peak gives Mopos the fight. He crazed the return nade actually from Mirbit. Is able to find the advantage again for this Endpoint side. Mirbit can't find more though towards Ivy as Defs has found success, and now 2v2, but with Mighty Max on the flank, he could be an entire linchpin in this defense for Endpoint. The bomb is going to get planted. Nobody to stop that. Surreal tries a bit of spam through the smoke, but the player towards Sandbags is going to get caught out. Mighty Max, huge kill found, upgrades to the AK, but he's lost his teammate inside of the site. And now Alex, he can play the post plant however he wants to, at least for now, with the smoke obscuring vision for Mighty Max. He's going to deploy the Molotov in towards the corner. That's going to make life a little bit more difficult for Alex. Limits his options, but around the edge of the smoke, oh, Mighty Max, he's just going to hold it. Alex needs to push aggressive and try and deny the defuse. The time, oh, it's just defused. Mighty Max just holds his nerve. Alex misses out by the smallest of margins. An Endpoint, they are scraping by right now in this game as they keep things alive.
Jesus, all of these rounds are so close. If he had hit the straight up bullet as well, rather than having to kind of transfer the spray there, because he was still kind of moving as he went for the initial shot, then he likely would have got it. So if he stopped for that second, kind of kept his calm, then things could have ended differently. But as you said, it's been 3 rounds now that Endpoint have just barely managed to scrape in their favor. It's going to be in crazy fashion as well normally, so it's going to be demoralizing for Movistar. They're running out of opportunities, as 3 looks like a very realistic possibility now in order to actually take this to the overtime. Good work from Endpoint on the comeback so far. Let's see if they can keep it up as the smoke goes down. There's already a couple players who are ahead of it though, so this is going to be dangerous for Mighty Max. Indeed, his side rather gets spotted. Spammed down then by Davy G. And Mirbit, just as he was about to get an opportunity to maybe find the trade, he does start to fall back to a slightly more passive angle. So Endpoint, despite winning that round, just have a very, very weak economy, obviously living with no players. And now are just struggling big time. They don't have the nades to hold off that initial ramp aggression. They lost that control and are forced to take the fights, as you can see. It's not working for them.
Mirbit, does he push through the smoke? He's almost certainly going to get taken down by Alex if he does, but as the smoke begins to fade, some Pyres will find the kill, and now it's all up towards Surreal. The 1 versus 4 to try and save Endpoint in this map, and I think as well save Sinners, but no, it's not going to happen. Some Pyres gets that kill,